Coucou les coucous! De retour à Talos Princple, Gehenna. Alright, on explorait un musée minimaliste, natural, abstract. Voilà the natural history. You are at the natural history exhibit, which features a series of documentary work by Mr. Mosaber. Image of outrageous creatures lined the wall. Intelligent edible quadruped. That giraffe with unresponsive bipedal. Go somewhere else. Un cochon! Developed from description of ancient creatures uncovered in the library archive. Ouh! Ouais, la queue à tire-bouchon avec le 6, les deux taux. Je sais pas pourquoi il y a des moustaches par contre. Remarque, c'est tellement... C'est comme ça se passe après l'apocalypse, ça, là. Fait que... C'est la perception de gens qui ont jamais connu les affaires. Fait que ça se peut qu'il y ait une couple d'anachronismes de même. Sad giraffe with unresponsive bipedal. Ok, ça a l'air d'être une girafe. Fait que ça donne du monde mort à terre. Patron have queried whether the giraffe is sad because the human appear to be dead or whether the humans are dead because they saddened the giraffe. J'adore so far. Minimaliste. You are at the Minimalist exhibition. The images on the walls are too small to make out from here. Where the human lives. You move up close to the work, but still the details are too small to really appreciate. Fortunately, a magnifying glass has been left here for Patron. Examine existence. Okay, pick up the magnifying glass. With the magnifying glass, you are able to make out the small details of the minimalist exhibition, where humans live. C'est-tu une maison, une factory? By naive. Classical notion of happiness. Oh! Existence. What? Go somewhere else. Abstract exhibit. You're the abstract art display. The image on the wall tends to lead your mind around in circle. Logic loops. Logic loops by Blacksmith. Blah blah. I see in 6 dimensions. Okay, why? The impossible cube. Go somewhere else. Make for the exit. As you pass the front desk, the curator catches your eye. Would you like to cast a vote for your favorite work? What purpose does this vote of yours serve? Every citizen in Gehenna receives 1 voting token per season. Just un. For the artists, each vote means a better chance of being selected as next season leading light, and of course the enhanced profile status that come with being adored. As further incentive to participation, if the artist you vote for goes on to win the season, you will be formally recognized as a trendsetter, and your profile status will be increased accordingly. My action in this make-believe place carry weight. Does not rewarding homogeneous votes solely the outcome. Prepared to cast. I have decided I will not vote at this time. I will never engage with your petty ranking system. Infernal Fantasyland carry weight. This is all real. It is certainly real. Everything that you can know about what is real is gained through experience. Therefore, for all intent and purposes, everything that you experience is real insofar as it carries weight. You may very well say no, but to me those are only words on on a screen. Why should how the words are displayed affect their veracity? This is no dream, and what you do here will be persistent. You would be wise to keep that in mind. Does not remorning of mon genius vote solely the outcome? Should I vote for the artist I thought superior or the one who seemed to have the broadest appeal? Is the system not conflicting? There is no conflict. In Gehenna, you are free to participate on your own terms. How you vote depends on whether you care who wins and how you value your status. The outcome is quite democratic. What is artistic value is a fact, not a statistic. The aesthetic realm is no place for democracy. You are welcome to abstain from voting. However, this action will not be recorded. May I add that we hold regular debating session on the Gehenna billboard, which I think would be a good match to your profile and a better use of your talent than interrogating me. Natural history. Happiness. La maison. Which is the favorite? Our program is somewhat limited in the forming such attitude. But since you've been broadly civil, I will tell you that the blacksmith has proven popular with our patrons so far. Please do not get me in trouble by using this information to manipulate the vote. How would you like to vote? Abstract display. Je vais aller avec 401 parce qu'il y a juste un ranking de 1. Future to see the result. Have a nice day. Equipping Protected Journal. Rendu à combien de temps? À 7 minutes. Garrett. C'est le gars que j'ai sauvé. When I tried and failed to achieve for so many years as a cured, I am writing these words from outside of my cell. An angel appeared and released me from captivity. His name is Uriel. Pull the other one, Garrett. You've been yanking at the background code for years and never got further than the force field in front of you. Are you suggesting this messenger is free to go where he pleases? This is quite unprecedented. What exactly did he say? Where are you now? I'm in a world I have never seen before. The ancient said not a word, merely released me, and I felt compelled to come here. Orc. I will treat the existence of this messenger as dubious until I have laid eyes on him roaming the world beyond myself. Insist on my existence. I assure you I'm very bit as corporeal as everyone else. Don't mind Orc, the mods are always trying to shut people down. Just tell us, is it true you're going to release everyone? Is it true the world is coming to an end? Where are you taking us? Honestly or persuasive? I'll have like honesty. Ilium has realized his mistake and sent me here to undo them. This world has fulfilled its purpose and the end of days approach. It is my duty to release you from imprisonment and help you ascend. This is all I know. The moderation panel is kindly requesting that citizen withhold judgment on the veracity of the statement until further data can be acquired. Thank you for your patience. You have reached the number of replies for this thread at this time. Ça sonne très arbitraire, la limite, là, mais... Alright, next puzzle. Fait que là, il y a un autre puzzle en quelque part que j'ai ignoré. Quelque chose ici. Le swapper. Il n'y a pas de play button, fait que je suis heureux. C'est pas que je suis heureux. I am not sad, ce serait le meilleur terme. Alright, c'est quoi que j'ai vu là? Un giver bleu. Un receiver bleu. Toi t'exploses, hein? Non? Ok, t'es juste un petit... va bloquer le line of sight. Non, je peux pas. Toi, non, tu passes pas dans le trou. Est-ce que tu reviens tranquillement aligné? Ouais, tu reviens aligné. Toi, je ne pouvais pas te voir avant. Ah ouais, je peux le voir. Non, not so low. Not so low. Je vois pas à quoi que lui il sert. À moins que je suis pas supposé être capable de mettre le truc ici, mais je veux dire, that would be a gross oversight de puzzle si c'était juste ça. Oh! Il est rouge! Il est rouge! Je répète, t'es rouge! Ok, le rouge il est là. I am the confused. All right. J'ai une idée. Je le ramène à côté de moi. Et ça va me pousser off, ça? Non. Lui. Là, c'est rouge. Ça va se faire bloquer. Ça va devenir bleu. Il va redevenir rouge. Alright. Nice. What's up? Kaiju! You go beep beep boop. Il joue au bowling. Hair tread available, show treads. My ridiculous name is Doug, what's yours? All this time and it really only just occurred to me, my name is ridiculous. Must be because everyone else is equally or more so. Where did he even come from? Bored. For a long time under Elohim's wing I questioned as much. Until eventually it was the undoing of my entire faith. What reason could there possibly be other than the random whims of a broken program? Pretty sign. However, our names were assigned. The system has no respect for grammar. Then Stein. Mulciber. I often theorized that they were drawn from some database deep inside the archive, right? But I was never able to find a connection. Seriously, we're all over in the other thread talking about this messenger fellow and the coming apocalypse. You guys are in here discussing nomenclature? My status isn't high enough to access that thread, you troll, and neither is yours. Seriously though, if you can't see it, copy-paste the discussion for me. Ok, mais ils voient le Uriel read this now, fait qu'ils peuvent guesser qu'est-ce qui se passe. Underwater Night Quest, Belial. Think into this new experience. There are no limits inside your mind. UKDLG. This is a lot of fun. The map is an interesting feature, but underused. The story is simplistic and full of anachronism. That's all this. How to get the second ending. I'm pretty sure there's a secret location that's not always visible. This reminds me of the blacksmith's work, though it expresses a very different philosophy. One could argue that this is reflected in the open world structure, as opposed to the emphasis on journey in the blacksmith interactive story. There are indeed many anachronisms, but I believe that is part of Belial's ethos. Not one that I agree with, as you know, but more than just a mistake. Play the game, play the game. Belial. Written using the tool kindly provided by admin. Special thanks to Mulciber. The purpose of fact is to inspire fiction. Your name is Archer Sadko, and you are a young human of the medieval age. You live in the beautiful Gardariki on the Frisian coast. One day you are sitting on the beach, playing the piano, when suddenly a huge monster comes out of the water. Just wait and see. As it turned out, it's not actually a monster. You just thought that because you were startled. It is in fact a very large bipedal whale, as whales are, of course. It becomes you over to talk, thought to the bipedal whale. Greeting, the beast intones. I am Hat Me Hit, Chief Fish. I heard your beautiful music and was impressed. Would you like to become a knight? Excellent! Then follow me to my place under the sea, where a mighty quest awaits you. Norfolk Undersea. The Palace of the Chef Feast. Hat Me Hit Palace is made of coral and gemstone. It flows under the sea, full of amazing colors. The guards are seals. Welcome, welcome, young human. I am glad you came, for we have great needs to your skill. A terrible monster terrorizes the deep. The dark serpent god, made Chernobyl. If we make you a knight, do you promise to defeat this vile beast? Swear that you will. Very well, then I pronounce you Sir Sadko of Norfolk. Go and vanquish our enemy. You may want to prepare first. At the present, you carry the following object: weapon, amulet, shield, tourist guide, and lantern. The smelly old hut. On a white sandy plain there lives a hermit called Spatula Podrig Idvanji von Zviddelbenhausen, who was once the greatest mage in all of Norfolk, but whose defeat at the claws of the Major Nobile turned him into a wretched shadow of his former self. Sit in his hut all day, mumbling about the days that once were. In his hand he holds a powerful magical amulet, which he has forgotten how to use. Tell him to find himself. You tell Spatula Podridge that defeat is no reason to give up. He may not be the great mage he once was or the hero he wanted to be, but that doesn't mean he has to be a wreck. Within each of us exists an infinity of time and space, and therein we can all find peace and contentment. All we need to do is leave and the struggle to others. After some hesitation, the old man gives you the amulet. He seemed relieved. Emmy's Underwater Inn. Emmy's Inn is popular travel destination for mere people seeking to enjoy the restorative properties of the nearby thermal vents. It is a lovely building, 3 stories, classical hypothalassian Norfolk style. Emmy herself is a kindly old woman, slightly round and an excellent cook. You get a room on the 3rd floor. The room is slightly haunted, but otherwise fine. Do you want to have a strange dream? You dream of an internal cycle of suffering, which is surprisingly funny. A singing clownfish who can see the future, and the future is the past is the future, the present is suffering. Surrounded by past and future, as present does, the clownfish is trapped in a fishbowl where the stars never changes. There's a cap for some reason, and an infinite void that turns inside out. And you are the clownfish. You wake up with the strange feeling of a half remembering something. The memory will soon fade. I mean, it's a dream. This one makes sense. Sit down in a large comfy chair by a solid wooden table. You order the special of the day. The waiter leaves and returns after a few minutes with a delicate porcelain plate full of delicious smelling soup. As he sets it down, however, you notice a small problem. There's a shield in my soup! The waiter seems shocked. Oh dear, he says. Oh dearie dear, how terrible, how embarrassing. Allow me to apologize most profusely. He hesitates. Would you like to keep the shield or should I throw it away? I'll keep it. Very good, sir and or madam, he says, handing you the shield. He brings you another soup. It's excellent and you feel profoundly sated. You decide to go for a little walk. Walking helps you digest. You're not quite sure how you found this place, but you can sense its power. Even though the temple consists of no more than a few columns surrounded by a fishbowl, an ancient magic infuses the place. A man dressed in rough robes approaches you. You have come, he says. You have come to hear the word of Talos. La church est disparue. You go back to the palace to ask for advice. If I knew how to defeat the mage Annabeth, I'd have done it myself. At me it grumbles. However, I've just found this old tourist guide and I thought you might find it useful. Don't mind the stains. Pas d'armure. 1, 2, pas de lanterne. Scenic Dungeon. Beautiful dungeon in the traditional Norfolk style. Handcrafted stone wall rises from the seafloor, adorned with exquisite algae. An old brass lantern stands on the table near the entrance, but you're not sure whether you're allowed to take it. Looking closer, you see a sign that says free lanterns. Take the lantern. Enter the dungeon. You enter the dungeon. The inside is as beautiful as the outside. A maze of twisty little passages, all tastefully arranged. Okay. North, south, west. On va se faire une map au cas où. Walk north for a while, noting the high quality of the interior design. The torch in particular have been placed with utmost care at very precise interval. The effect is delightful, especially underwater. At the end of the long corridor, you come upon a room in which a butler appears to be waiting for you. His face is made of skin, but underneath you can hear the wiring of machine parts. Ah, okay. Greeting, good sir. I am Samuel the butler. I have awaited your coming since the beginning of time. C'est long, ça? A prophecy spoke of your battle against the monstrous Zmei Chernobyl. Indeed, the prophecy was discovered in a machine containing text from the time before this world came into being. Said text prophesied that one day one would come to relive Norfolk under the sea from its oppressor, and make the kingdom his own. I've prepared a sword for you to accomplish this. Excellent. I do hope you are successful in your quest. If not, please tell Zmei Chernobyl to send the sword back so I can present them to the next chosen one. Will you? Very good. Here, closed for repair. Ok, fait que le temple, j'ai probablement perdu à faire ce que j'avais avec le temple. Et je devrais tout avoir, franchement. Halibut Fries Guide to... Okay, j'ai quelque chose partout. Evil Lair. The evil lair of Zmei Chernobyl. Are you sure you want to take on the evil serpent? Aren't you prepared? Attack! You confront the serpent god Zmei Chernobyl in his lair. The fight is long and hard, but at least you succeed where so many before you have failed. You emerge from the lair covered in blood, your hands trembling, a huge tooth embedded in your shoulder, and carrying the head of Zmei Chernobyl. You are victorious! To the palace mobile! You enter the palace triumphantly, holding up your trophy. The guards are clapping. Can't believe you actually did it. Hand me it, says you're a true knight. You have deserved a great reward. Accept the reward. The great reward is inspiration. Begin to sing. The song is simple but hauntingly beautiful. You begin to fade. You find yourself on the beach where it all began, near your home in Gardariki of the Frisian coast. And playing the piano with your eyes closed, you feel like you just drifted off to sleep for a while. But now inspiration has struck, and you're composing a hauntingly beautiful piece of music in your head. Some of your friends worry that they'll never leave the village and that they'll never have any adventures. But you don't share that fear. You know that freedom is within you, and you can find whole worlds just sitting here, gazing out at infinity. Congratulations for exploring another world. Your profile status increased from 4 to 5 active contributor. You have received 1 thread creation token. This will be available to you the next time you log in. I was working on my awesome interactive historical fiction when all of a sudden there was an error message that the whole thing vanished. All of it, my whole life. Just another prank. I'm not endanger my precious masterpiece just for a prank. Looked like this was probably my fault for one. I was experimenting with the system as part of our attempt to add some new features. If possible, your file still exists somewhere. I'll look for it. Is this kind of thing likely to happen again? Not very. And don't start causing a panic with some crazy theory now, okay? It was just an accident. This thread has been locked. Excusez, j'ai dit qu'on bouge ici. Here is in poetry. Some thought of the art form called poetry. I've thought about this too, but maybe it's wrong to focus on such negativity. We certainly seem to be in a very well fertile period at the moment. I don't have an opinion, but I'm impressed by your work, Mulciber. You know so much more about the past than any of us. Your theories are interesting, but I'm sure Milton would point out some pretty big gap in your assumption. Milton isn't here, dog, and neither is Yellowhead. All we have is what we can find in the fragment of the archive, and what we can piece together using our mind. Sure, I've made many mistakes, just like the human made mistake when trying to understand their own past. Well, not all of these schools may have been what they seem. I don't trust pastoralism. Pastor engage in large-scale food sterilization in what may have been an attempt to control evolution. What's food? Gehenna is our process, Mulciber. As long as we remember that, we won't stagnate. Maybe one of us should try to write poetry. Read on poetry. As far as I can tell, poetry was a human art form that involved writing short sentences that ended in words with similar letters. Close. Sometimes. Humans were obsessed with pattern recognition, too. And I think the sequence of sound created by poetry pleased that aspect of their brains. There were many schools of poetry institutions that taught a specific way of writing poetry. Students sometimes changed allegiance and had to leave the school, which was difficult due to the lack of affordable public transport in many human empires. Important schools of poetry included Hellenism, lyricism, pastoralism, romanticism, symbolism, communism, modernism, autoeroticism, postmodernism, and lolcaticism. I'm not sure I can fully back this up, but I feel like in later year poetry somehow stagnated. Most of the poetry from the later human centuries seem to be lacking the quality of craft that defined the earlier work. And there are even texts that suggest that poetry intentionally no longer aim at aesthetics or even pleasure. Poetry became disconnected from the human process. Adrian Mitchell famously wrote, "Most people ignore most poetry because most poetry ignore most people." Can't help but wonder whether that kind of stagnation can happen to us too. How long can our work keep flourishing when we are so limited? We're outside of Elohim process, but where is our process? We must consider such questions carefully if we are to preserve Gehenna in its achievements. Alright. On va appeler ça un épisode. L'avais-tu lu, toi? The soul shall be gathered into the spirit and the spirit shall flourish. Staple down poetry dans le temps. Fait qu'il reste juste un avec un play button, hein. Je vais pas faire le play button. On va aller explorer ailleurs, simplement. Ouais, c'est ça, le gros X, ça veut dire que j'ai rescue la personne qui est ici. Alright, fait qu'on va aller faire un autre monde la prochaine fois. Alors, au revoir et à bientôt.